Hey there guys, and welcome to the 10th installment of WHL Weekly. I really want to thank all the people who have been there since episode 1 or even since the trailer, but without delay, let's get right into this week. First thing I want to touch upon is a team that I have not really talked about too much like the Victoria Royals last week, the TriCity Americans, turning heads in the tough US division. Having beat the deadly Hurricanes and Hitmen on an Alberta road trip this week, the Americans now find themselves at 3rd in their division. And their team, they have a lot of pretty skilled forwards, but they really lack the defensive structure that a lot of other teams have, especially in the US division. But especially, I'm going to say this week, especially with one of those games, backup Tendi Talon Boyko deserves a pat on the back, and should definitely see more starts after a 47-save effort against Lethbridge. Now this is a team I did not expect to be talking about 2 weeks in a row, and that being the Victoria Royals, now on a 3-game win streak. This was a team, their offensive production is still pretty low. They don't take enough shots, they don't get enough chances, but somehow against two weaker games against Prince George, but they really impressed me against Kelowna, notching a 6-3 win over the tough division rivals. One of their top guys this week has had to been Cade Oliver, stamping important points in each victory, including a 3-point night in Kelowna, 2 more goals in the next 2 games versus PG, including an important shootout goal. This being just a little spark for the Royals, I'd like to see what they can do with it though. The Swift Current Broncos are not bucking like they used to. I think they've really just started to accept their fate as of now with the horrid record. I think they only got 3 wins this season. So now they're starting to ship out their more important assets this week for picks and plethoras of prospects. Yona Kivniemi was dealt to the Giants for Sergei Alkamov and a pick, and then Ben King got sent to Red Deer for 3 prospects and another pick. They're really not the team they used to. I'd say the best thing they have now to look forward to is Kasper Puccio, the Finnish prospect, but after that, I really just don't expect it to get better for them one bit. Definitely a team that should be involved in the Connor Bedard sweepstakes. The Kamloops Blazers went off once again, the really streaky team. Either they're just absolutely horrid or they're absolutely dominant. This week, in each of the 3 games, scoring at least 6 goals. Zeri snagged 6 tallies as well, powering through on that first line and that first power play unit. And depth players are also starting to make impacts. This is what's been different, I'd say, this week, with players such as Brody Stewart, Riley Pelton, Luke Zazula finally making names for themselves and actually looking deadly out there, using all their own unique assets to make this team better down the lineup. Sparking more discussion again with the Vancouver Giants. They're winning games, but not in the fashion I imagined. Real low-scoring tandems with production from unexpected sources, such as that 3rd and 4th line and 2nd power play units. Players like Justin Sordiff and Bowen Byram have been dormant on the score sheet over the past couple of weeks now, and at this point, I really believe it should be concerning. I gave Bowen Byram a bit of slack, saying he may have just been a little bit just out of it. But now he's got 2 points in his last 7 games, and those 2 points both came in one game, 2 assists in a game against Tri-City, I believe, about 2 weeks ago. And I remember this guy being in discussion to be, a late first-round pick. I don't see any of that anymore, especially out of him right now. Even at the beginning of the year, I had a little bit of hopes he was looking all right, but last 2-3 weeks, it's all gone away. I've lost that wow factor with him. Once again, I'm going to say I hope it's just a slump with this team because they got so much talent. But things are not looking good for those top units on the Giants team. Tampa Bay Lightning prospect Nolan Foote received a 1-game suspension after a hit to the head on Nick McCarry this week. Not too big of a big deal, but it happens a lot in the WHL. But speaking about suspensions, I would not be surprised if Dawson Butt of Everett Silvertips receives a lengthy one after a disgusting sucker punch on Bruggen Kate of Seattle. Butt is a repeat offender and should be investigated for this gross act, because this is just not hockey at this point. It was at the end of a late game. They were winning this game too. Just an absolutely embarrassing act by Butt there. Just sad. He was given a 5-minute major for intent to injure, so I definitely can see something easily 5 games plus for this. Unlike Dawson Butt though, we're going to get into the top players here, and our top 3 this week consists of Trent Miner, who got himself a fantastic win against Portland, and then sadly a shootout loss, but either way, keeping the Vancouver Giants team alive so far this week. Next one is be Cade Oliver. You already know why, I explained why earlier. Big points, big goals throughout this week for Victoria. And then James Hamblin, the captain of the Medicine Hat Tigers, got himself 8 points this week in a 2-1-0 record, I believe, this week with the Tigers, so not bad. As for the top teams, we got the Kamloops Blazers, the Victoria Royals, the TriCity Americans, and the Spokane Chiefs. I was able to relax a little bit more today. No games this Sunday in the WHL, so this one's coming out a little bit earlier, around 4 p.m., around 5 p.m. Pacific time, if I get it all done and everything goes to plan. Let's hope, cross my fingers. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the 10th installment. I'm happy that we've made it this far, guys. I'm happy with the consistency. I'm happy that you guys, we have some constant viewers of it, and I love seeing the support behind it too, guys. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.